Okay, welcome. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen's meeting of March 6th. We're going to open up the meeting. All I would ask, if anybody's going to talk into a microphone, please get it close.
April
6th. What did I say? March? May? April 6th. Talk into a microphone, please, because we have recently had some concerns that they could not hear us, and the people in the audience, they could not hear from people at home. We're going, the first thing, appointments, that is actually off. We're going to, the second one is nominations of Inspector of Animals. Any questions on this?
Nope.
Anybody want to do this?
I move to appoint Scott Purdy as the Inspector of Animals through, what's the term?
I think just nomination of Inspector of Animals for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion?
Doesn't need to be signed.
Say that again?
It doesn't
You
get
need to
signed.
talk into the microphone, please.
Doesn't get signed by the selectmen. It's just a nomination, and then the state approves it.
Thank you.
So we don't have to approve.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did everybody get this blank piece of paper in theirs? Does that mean anything?
Yeah, the budget, that is
Okay.
placeholder for that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, review of budget. Mike B., you want to bring us through this?
Sure.
Rather than bring it through us, does anybody have any specific questions? And if we do, and then you could say, are there any specific, any specific changes, Mike, rather than going through it line by line, if we've already did that once. So we're all looking at the printed one up in the left-hand corner, April 6th.
Anything happened with the health insurance line item?
We have our original quote. We did not get a competing quote. The competing quote we were hoping to get was from a consultant, and it hasn't been released yet from Blue Cross. We do know that 2 other carriers declined to bid on us as a group.
Okay.
So there's no change in the quote that we were previously kind
No
of floating.
change on the budget so far.
Right.
But there still could be, if that
There
one
still
comes
could
out.
be, yes.
Okay. Archie, anything else?
No, that was it.
Joe?
No.
Okay, did you want to speak to anything?
Sure. I did make the couple of adjustments we talked about last meeting. As far as the harbor master's budget has been reduced.
So on that, is there an article for that money, the amount we reduced?
There's not an article. What there would be a grant.
Okay. I mean, not that we have to do things as they were done. I understand that.
Okay.
Not that we have to do things as they were done in the past, but I think the idea was, like, that grant is a reimbursement, right?
Right.
So we don't have the money until we get reimbursed. So in the past, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the past what we've done is we've had a special town meeting article for what we expect to receive in the grant, so we can spend the money in the summer when he needs it, and then the grant reimburses it
In the fall.
and the grant just sits there and goes back and replaces the free cash that the article took. So it's a net.
Like, the grant might not come
I could be
through
wrong, I don't
till
know.
November or something.
Like a couple of years ago.
I routinely remember an article for that almost always.
I mean,
Boat excise is what.
Yeah,
It's the
right.
boat excise tax that
Right.
offsets it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And we get the money in the fall, after the boating season.
Why don't we just, can you check with
No, but
Mike?
there's also the pump out fee grant from an additional.
right. I mean,
yeah.
both ways are acceptable to do it. The way that we're proposing now is very acceptable. It's very
Okay.
common. Most cities and towns don't have the money to essentially appropriate in an article for any type of grant.
No, I understand that. So where do you get, the amount
Where do
is
you get the money to pay for this?
$12,000, so you need $12,000 during the summer. Where do you get that from? Before you get the grant reimbursement?
Well, no, you actually sign up for a grant.
Yeah.
And when you sign up for that grant, you sign a contract. It's a standard one-page contract. And that is your authorization to
Okay.
spend money and get
fine.
reimbursed.
Okay.
So you can spend
So
in the deficit.
DOR will let you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the timing of it, I mean, what people don't understand is you don't have to wait till the end of the year
To
to
submit.
file a
Right.
grant. And 99% of the people do. You can submit the grant May 30th and probably get it by mid-July.
Oh.
So, but most people wait to the deadline in mid-August and send it in, and therefore they may hit you with free cash. It, costs you $7 or $8 grand, but usually when you do free cash, you have 3 or 4 small things that are covered each and every year.
As long as you're comfortable, you can handle it.
Yeah, no, I'm comfortable. I think it's just,
We've achieved what we wanted to achieve. and
Yes,
put that in
yes.
the thing. So perfect. Anything else?
No.
Okay, and then Mike, do you have anything?
the only other thing, changes, we made some changes after getting some information from the police chief. We did make some changes in here, which I would assume we'll discuss.
Executive session.
Right,
Yep.
but I put the worst-case scenario in the budget.
Okay.
And those were the changes that I made from our last meeting.
One thing I noticed is have you guys been getting the emails, or can we talk about the assessor's stipend? I know you guys,
Yes.
I think we need to have a conversation about it, at
Okay.
least, about if we feel that the assessors, because of the workload and the lack of assessors, it's a reval year, that it's worth $3,000 to be able to.
Well, I know there's one individual that won't do it unless he gets paid to do it, which
Yep.
there aren't any elected officials that get paid except for $1.
Nope.
So
I'm not advocating or saying, I just want to have a discussion that we have to realize how serious it is. And
No,
sometimes-
I understand that, and we need 3 assessors, and that is a very serious thing.
With a reval year, and we could end up, without 3 assessors, then you could end up, spending more money.
Well, if you have 2, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to operate this way, but I mean, if with 2 people, you do have, they can make approvals, right?
Right, with 2 people you can. The problem is if one of those 2 people can't make it, you never
Right.
have a quorum.
You have to reschedule.
Right.
Which was a major, huge problem
Well,
in
that's
the
because,
past, because we had somebody who
that-
lived in Vermont. that
right, because he was in Vermont, and the 2 current people live here full-time.
Well, I mean, if you recall, the plan before was to, okay, we'll make it an appointed position, so thereby we can get people from other, that don't live in don't have to live in West Newbury, and we'll pay them the stipend to
Entice them.
entice them to do it. But the voters in their wisdom it didn't get approved. The last time we tried to do that.
Yep.
So,
I thought I didn't need to have a discussion.
Yeah, no,
I
I
mean, so
Yes.
I thought I'd bring it forward.
Yeah, personally, I would stay where I was last time, and,
Okay.
I mean, if they want to get paid $1, that's fine.
Okay.
It's just so you know, it is very difficult to operate, without a functioning assessing office, especially in the year
yeah.
when we have a reval. I mean, a lot of the things now the state wants to do is it's almost like they have a little pilot program. Get your tax rate certified in November and, we'll have a little parade for you. Great. I always like to get it in, but the only thing that ever, not only in this town, any other town, that holds up a tax rate is
People approving.
new growth.
Yeah.
Certifying your new growth.
Yeah.
Getting those properties, getting those abatements and everything done. That's the key. I mean, the problem is when you're 2 or 3 weeks late like that, and then you get in line, there's 10 or 20 towns ahead of you, and everybody's fighting for that same small time frame. But, you know, I think the times are changing a little where expecting, you know, public service to cost people money is probably a thing of the past, where the money isn't really a stipend, so to speak. It's more of like, it kind of makes you net neutral for whatever you really do, whether it's training. No, I understand that, but the problem is when there's, you know, you have less demand in a position and you're trying to create demand.
Right.
Whether it's as selectmen.
We need to have 3 people, so, I mean, there's an election coming up. Last year, there was a write-in campaign that the person won.
Right.
So, you know, I think we need to go through the election and see if there's anybody that writes in, any individuals that, you know, want to run that way, and if they don't, I think we actively need to work together with the Board of Assessors to find somebody that's willing to serve to a point.
Okay.
Let's-
I mean,
we're gonna beat this to death, and I wasn't very,
But Glenn, what's your feeling?
well, my feeling is that when you have a department head that keeps on coming back to me and saying that if we put a $3,000 stipend in, we're going to get an individual that's going to give us unprecedented money value because of their person's experience and so forth and so on and so on. I think of it hard. But then you have the precedent of no elected officials getting any stipends. It's almost like we're being our feet held to the fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that aspect of it. But when you have the assessor coming and saying, listen, you know, is there any way you can rethink that? I need that. And just think about what we're going to be going through in a reevaluation year, and $3,000 on, you know, is nothing.
So there's, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and we're talking about one individual. There are other individuals that are capable of serving. We just have to find them. And we have not
Correct.
made any effort to do that so far.
Correct. I just thought it's important for me to bring it forward. You know what I mean? I understand the principle.
I was strongly against it before, but now it seems to keep reoccurring, and I could.
For a reason.
Yeah, I could change my mind for $3,000 if I feel I could change my mind on that one, if we had to.
we're not the only community that has trouble attracting assessors. They're
It's a pain in the neck. for
yeah,
a long
and
time.
they're far and few between.
And it's almost a passion.
Right.
You know what
It
I
is a
mean?
passion. It's
Like you
it's
get
it's an
into
art
it.
to them.
Yeah, and it's
they
like
really-
it's
they
like a
enjoy it.
hobby, or not a hobby, but it's not like a regular elected official where we get elected. We don't have to go to any classes. You know what I mean? We come, we do our homework and stuff like that. There is a little bit more to it.
Absolutely, and
And-
there's a technical aspect of it as
And
well.
sometimes you have to, in my case, because I agree, but sometimes you have to kind of curb my own principle, saying, no, forget about it. We'll get somebody. But you know what? You're right, Archie. We haven't, and it keeps on coming back. So so
Maybe the hopes, if we try it next time around, I think competition is a good thing, to have 2 or 3 people.
When's the last time we have to vote on that?
Tonight.
It's tonight, right?
Yeah, we're going to print, right, in probably 3 days, 4 days,
Has to be posted on Friday.
Friday, yeah.
I mean,
I could,
it's something. How is that going to blow the budget up?
It's gonna, I honestly, not to push the issue, but I've been there, and it's not like that one of us can step in and help out. It's not about helping out. It's the statutory and obligation you have as an assessor. So you need that experience to get that done. It's not like we can say, all right, yeah, we can do this, because when we submit it, they're gonna be like, okay, have the assessors meet with us, and we're gonna be like, okay, you're the finance director. You might know it, but we need that other avenue to.
so if we got a novice from say a write-in novice, then they
won't
would,
even be up to speed.
Yeah.
they would need to start from day one and take the course and everything, and
They
so
wouldn't even be up
they're
to
not gonna
speed
be
until
ready
after
until,
after
what,
the revaluation.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
To be an assessor, to be an appraiser nowadays, it's 3 years of an apprenticeship.
Or
And
an
that's
appraiser.
gonna be tough for that business. You have to shadow somebody for 3 years, them making all the money, going through the motions on how to value property, you know, in a fair and consistent way.
Well, that's
And then-
good. I mean, that's a great,
It's good, but.
That's a
it's-
lot of commitment.
It's a huge commitment.
wow.
And forget about getting approval from other agencies and stuff. It's a lot of work. And unfortunately, there's not as many people out there willing to do it.
What else in here? Let's think about that. Want to vote on that? I think it's important. But see, but doing it too doesn't it might not guarantee us that individual, whomever, to do it either.
No, but we can, I guess it doesn't hurt
probably
to
would.
try it.
Yeah.
If we try it, maybe next year, I think if we have 3 people running for one spot, it'll work.
Okay, but, okay, what about this, Joe? What about this? Because this is reevaluation year, and we understand that they're gonna be doing a lot more work, and the stipends are, you know, they have to take these classes and so forth and so on. It's a little bit different than a regular elected position, that we put it back in this year because it's a reevaluation year. And then we readdress it next year. No?
Well, no, then what's the guy gonna resign then?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I try to take out.
Probably.
I think about, I focus
I'm
on
just
the
trying to-
position. you know.
No,
I'm trying to make
That
it.
would be interesting. Hey, you know, it's not that big a deal. I mean, if you both want it, that's fine.
No, it's principle in the sense too.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but
it's against my principle, but you have to be practical occasionally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're running a, you know, this isn't, you know, a little ice
Right,
cream
and
stand.
this is one of the key points of the financial triangle.
I
Okay,
mean-
so I'd make a motion that we
Assessing.
put the $3,000 in for the assessors, for the stipend.
Second.
Any discussion? I think you know, you feel, Joe? Marky, all in favor?
Aye.
no.
Against? No, 2-1 against. You need,
Again?
2 to 1
in
for,
favor.
1 against. Yeah. So you need to tell the FinCom that.
Okay.
Anything else in here?
So now he can run a write-in campaign.
Good luck.
Everything else is
Same? Any other questions we have,
pretty
gentlemen?
straightforward.
No, I was fine with it.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
good.
Let's look at these things.
let's look at the special meetings and stuff. We have everybody has the new copies.
Yeah.
So we're going by the, what are the dates that we're going by? Going by,
4-2, this one?
4-2.
4-2. I just had it. No, I messed it up. Oh, here it is. Sorry. I have my old ones in front of me with my notes on them. Okay, we're going with 4-2. Do the special first.
Sure.
We have a number of $171,448.57 for snow and ice. You guys get that?
Yep.
171,448.57. Anything else you want to go right through them? Anything you guys want to talk about?
Well, we should vote them so we can,
Which ones haven't we voted? Do you have that for us, Chris?
I don't think we voted any of the special town meeting, did
The
we?
special, we
No.
kind of like
Okay,
waited
to
on,
see
I
if,
think.
Well,
Article 2 is a water enterprise fund. Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Article 3, the 5 for the fund. For the,
I move to approve Article 3.
okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Article 4, the snow and ice.
I move to approve Article 4.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I move to approve Article 5.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Please speak out if you have any questions.
Yep. Move to approve Article 6.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move to approve Article 7.
Can we go, Artie, do you have a question?
No, I just, you guys were reading so fast I couldn't keep, all right, all right.
Okay. Move to Article 7. It's been moved by Joe, it's been seconded by me. This is the van, the senior center van.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to approve Article 8, which is the police car.
Second?
Second, oh, go, okay, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do you want to go back and find out was it very evident where all those funds are coming from? Generally, we do that too.
Yeah. Well,
Artic-
2 is water department free cash.
Yeah.
3 is water department. 4 is town free cash.
Mhm.
5 is stabilization. 6 is that stabilization, I think? The breathing
That was
thing?
on the,
Right.
the schedule, so that's stabilization.
Number 6.
Yes,
7, was the van?
that's stabilization
See,
too.
yeah, that was
Yep.
on a future year and they
Yeah,
moved it in,
that's
yes.
Stabilization.
8 is free cash.
Mm-hmm. Vote, approve Article 9.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move to approve Article 10.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 These are the
Yep.
ones that Mike brought in.
Mhm.
Move to approve Article 11.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to approve Article 12.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I move to
Aye.
approve Article 13.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know, 14, I really,
Yep.
I mean, we have to do it, so I move to approve Article 14.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You guys can handle these two.
Move to approve Article 15.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All
No.
opposed?
No.
2-1. Move to approve Article 16.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I'd like it, just
No.
to be on record, that I'm approving 16 with, simply so that it can come to town meeting and the voters can have their say on it.
And
Do you want it, okay, you want to do one of these and just say, and so there is no negative or positive votes on this, and just say that the selectmen feel we brought this forward and we believe it should be will of the town?
on 16?
Yeah.
Fine with me.
So there is no,
Okay.
Okay.
because I think we all feel that way,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna, on 16, there isn't gonna be any formal vote up or down. We're gonna move to put down that we believe there should be will of the town. Okay? Okay, annual town meeting?
And just to go on record on the 15,
Why don't we do both of those the same way?
It's kind of the same,
It is the
one
same.
without the other, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we're gonna rescind that vote and just say will of the town on both of these. Okay?
it's fine with me.
You're not gonna take a stand.
Huh?
You're not gonna take a stand on
I am, at town meeting, I will.
that.
Oh, yeah, I better believe I will. But we as a board, because of so many questions involved in it and so many with it, we believe that the town should take a vote on it.
And just to go on record too, I mean, I'm of the same opinion before. What's the actual cost to renovate it? We really don't know. I mean, we don't know. And what would we use it for? We don't know that either.
Okay, the annual town meeting, which ones did we vote on here?
Did we miss any of these?
I can go over, get my notes if you want. I thought we did all of them.
Yeah, so did I.
I think we did.
Anything changed? I see a dark thing here.
Yes, it says, there was a note from Mike
Yeah.
Coty
Mhm.
saying that the commissioners would like to move it to the special town meeting
Oh.
warrant.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's fine. I would be in
problem.
agreement to do that.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion that we move it off of the annual to the special.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Do you want to, did you want to go to the finance committee meeting?
Yes. And then the plan is to come back down here?
I don't think so. I don't
No?
think we need them to.
If they want to.
Okay.
We're going to be done in around 4 minutes. So,
Oh, done with the meeting?
our meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing
Yeah,
much
why don't
left.
you ask them if they have anything that they need to
Yeah,
talk
if they have
to
any
us
questions
about.
of us,
Okay.
have somebody come down and articulate that, because literally, we're going to be done in around 5 minutes
Okay.
and going into executive session.
Okay.
There's a lot of sticky stuff. Oh, hey, did you get all that stuff answered?
They were
On
all
the warrant?
signatures.
Yeah, I saw
And-
that.
And
Oh,
They were-
they were Mike, and I got him to do it.
did he
Okay.
sign them?
Yeah, yeah.
They
he
were
did.
all his signatures?
He did them.
Okay, make a motion to approve the invoice warrants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the payroll warrants.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
What about the minutes?
We
We'll-
skipped
yeah,
that.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
go back
skipped
to
it,
those.
okay.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of March 24th as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Selectmen's meetings for April and May.
I am fine with what Chris laid out.
What about you, Archie?
There's a question mark on the 21st, but I think we do have to meet because that's a payroll week. Just, I don't know what the agenda's going to look like, but I think we have to meet.
I'm fine. The only thing, Joe had said maybe we would have a meeting
Well, we'll talk about Whittier.
with,
We'll
about
talk
Whittier,
that
yeah.
When we get to Whittier.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to, with the meeting on the 21st, we'll make a motion that, okay, you're going to post a meeting, yeah, you're going to post a meeting for the annual, for our town meeting, right? You'll post a meeting for the selectmen?
Yes, it's just, what time do you
6:30.
want to start?
Just 6:45 or something? Or what do
Just so
you-
we're posted.
Why don't you say 6:30, just in case we have to do anything beforehand? Obviously at the annex, in case we have to vote on anything?
Yep.
Okay, so let's make a motion that we do that for the, well, we don't have to make a motion, because, so these are all right in April. Do you want to wait off after our discussion about Whittier to talk about the meetings in May?
Well, those are, I mean, the Whittier meetings versus the selectmen meetings are kind of two separate things. I mean, I'm okay with them, but whatever you guys want.
You all right with them, the meetings?
Oh, in May, yeah.
You have 2 meetings in May. Okay, so those are all, make sure we get them out to Adam and get them out to, get them out to Jen and get them on our website.
Bruce Tarr.
Municipal priority reporting for Bruce Tarr. We saw the stuff that Gary and Lisa brought in. Any questions to it?
Right, and Mike, too. Mike Dwyer.
Yeah, Mike, I'm sorry. I didn't see on the other side.
Yep.
Okay, make a motion that we submit these.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Joe, Whittier meeting, please?
Yep. So as I think are aware, the Pentucket Regional Finance Advisory Committee committee sent a letter to all of the member districts of Whittier, so all 11 cities and towns, to have a meeting on Thursday, May 14th, in the library in Merrimack. I was advocating to that group that we should have a discussion ahead of time so that we have clear objectives and a focused agenda, because that has the potential, I don't know what the reply has been so far, but there could be 40 or 50 elected officials at that meeting, including state representatives and senators. And everybody, well, a lot of people will probably have an opinion and want to have a voice. So I thought it would be good either, and I'm okay, frankly, either way, either the Regional Finance Advisory Committee or the selectmen from Merrimack, Groveland, and West Newbury have a pre-meeting, if you will. So, what's her name? Laura Melman is the chairperson of that committee. And so I was talking with both Carol McLeod and Laura about that, because they're running it, and she basically pushed it back to me to organize that. So I think actually...
Couldn't be a better person.
I think actually that the 3 boards of selectmen would be a better route to go versus the Pentucket Regional Finance Advisory Committee, but including, I mean, if Pentucket School Committee and or Jeff Mulqueen, I mean, to be...
In a preliminary meeting, you mean?
Yes, to have,
Yep.
to you know,
Sure.
who's running the meeting, focused agenda, I mean, what are the objectives, clearly
Okay.
spelled out and the agenda.
When do you want to have that?
Well, they originally were saying.
they?
That Laura.
Excuse
that-
me, 1 second, Joe.
Is there any chance they could meet with you after executive session?
What do they have to meet with us?
Just, I don't think they're settled on the whole budget yet.
Of course.
Okay.
Tell them to stay where they, oh, no, you don't want to do that. You want to, I was going to say, tell them to stay where they are, and we could walk upstairs after our meeting, so they don't have to come down here.
Yeah, I don't think the problem probably is they're not ready right now, right?
Right. They probably, they just finished.
We're gonna have to come back.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But when we're done with our executive session, we
You're
can
welcome.
walk up to them when we're ready, and
Perfect.
hopefully they'll be ready.
Okay.
Is that all right with you
We'll
guys?
be done before they will, probably.
Yeah, or do you
Yeah.
want to make sure that they come down so we have it on TV?
Probably
It's
should
probably
come
the best way to
downstairs.
do it, yeah. Does Chris have your text number?
I believe.
Yes.
Yep. When we're done with our executive session, Chris will text you to have them come down.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
So we were talking about potentially having it on May 7th, but I don't know if that works for everybody. So whatever date it is, I think we should invite the Groveland and Merrimack Selectmen. I mean, they can come here if they want, I think.
What date works for you, Archie?
I can't, the 7, I'm not here,
but
What
other
does
dates?
work?
What,
I'm asking what does work.
6?
uh,
Actually, I need to check my calendar.
let's see what's happening on the 6th. Um, 6 is okay.
What time? 7? All right with you?
Yeah.
What's the date?
March 6th.
May 6th.
Keep on saying March. I don't know why.
I think it's important to have it after the elections because there's going to be new selectmen in the other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
So let's start with, that's early enough in the month and after the election, so let's start with May 6th. Are there any other days that you could be available if that doesn't work, Archie?
May 5th?
The 5th,
Okay, why don't we just give them the dates of the 5th and the 6th? That's good enough. Right?
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
days,
Can-
that's reasonable.
Can we,
Okay.
can we send a letter to Groveland and Merrimack inviting them here on May?
Inviting them here, inviting the superintendent, any school committee representatives, and anybody from the Financial Advisory Board.
Yeah, because the Finance Advisory Board is 3 selectmen and the finance directors and the
Mhm.
superintendent and Chris Weil.
Mhm.
That's
So let's do that. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Joe.
What time?
7 o'clock. Don't forget to bake cookies, please.
You're the cookie man.
Okay. Things on future agenda? I have a couple of things. Do you have anything, Joe?
I may, you first.
I was cleaning out my desk and I found something from November 20th. And I don't know if this needs to be on an agenda, but maybe an update on this now that it's spring, about when Mr. Atwood came in, about the drainage and all that stuff at his house. I don't know why that popped up on my desk. And I don't know, can we ask Gary if there's anything been done about it? And he'll probably say, what, are you kidding me? Were you around in this region with the snowy winter? But just, I don't know why, nobody's asked me about it, but it was just there. I don't know what, I was moving stuff around and it was still on the top of my desk, so, with a question mark on it. Okay? And then maybe, do we need to put this new thing about the animal control officer on? Some questions about Amesbury and stuff like? Does that need, you need to use the microphone, please. Okay, so they're gonna, so my,
She wants you to
maybe
deliver.
maybe I'll speak.
I'd like to know a little bit more about, so what are your thoughts?
I'm meeting with them, with Peter Lombardi on Wednesday morning to discuss it and to see.
And you'll come back with you'll come back to us
I can send a letter to the board.
with your recommendations, and then we have to vote on it and all that
Yes.
stuff. Okay, so,
I just had a, Lisa, do you think it's going to dilute our coverage by doing that?
Yes.
What?
I'm not really in favor of it.
she said yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. McCarron and I we went to a meeting last year when they tried to do the same thing and gave our concerns, and I still have the same concerns.
It's not like they're adding more people, but not any more staff?
They allege they're gonna hire another person, but they've lost 2 good people because of, situations such as that. So I'll come back to the board with, what our discussion was after Wednesday morning.
Okay, you feel comfortable with that?
Mhm.
You?
Speak to
Yeah.
Mr. McCarron and,
Okay.
get his viewpoint.
That, and, where is Mike tonight?
He's here, I saw him.
I don't know. He didn't say anything before I left.
No, he's here.
I saw him
He's here?
earlier.
I was outside and he walked
Maybe
in.
he's in the FinCom?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'd like to put on, a discussion at our next meeting. There's a Mass General Law stated, Mike got it out for me, that we as selectmen can look into situations with other boards and committees when we feel something might not be being handled appropriately. And I'm not even sure if that's the case now. But we have a major project going on, construction project on Whetstone Street. And I think that we need to have a discussion, because I've gotten a lot of complaints from abutters on how the events have been handled there. So people that would be affected would be
I
not
heard the same
affected.
thing.
Okay, so I think you're in agreement then that at least we should need a discussion. And we're not looking to step on anybody's toes or anything, but I think it's got to a level that we need to, as the governing board of West Newbury, to look into it. And it could be with the building inspector, the planning board, the Conservation Commission, the Board of Health,
All the above.
all of them, to look into it. I'm not saying any one person or board is derelict, but I think we need to get a better understanding, since the town is paying an engineer to oversee that for us indirectly. The planning board, the contractor is paying for that, but he's overseeing that for us. So I need to make sure. I don't feel at this particular time that it's being overseen in a manner that it needs to be.
I agree with you, so what would you like to do?
We'll have a more of a discussion. And I'll put-
So us discuss it.
Yeah, we'll discuss it at our next meeting.
Yep.
And I'll have more material for you and all that kind of stuff.
Me too.
Okay, good. We can put that on our agenda. That'd be
And
great.
the only,
Next meeting.
but this is just a discussion with us.
Yeah, this is the discussion portion that they asked. I hope
I'm sure
so.
they may.
I hope so.
I hope they do.
Jen, the meeting's on the Tuesday. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Roscoe.
Are you-
But we're more exciting, aren't we? Okay,
The only thing.
but again, I'm not looking, when things keep on being brought to our attention, yet when the positions that we're in, we need to do something about it, or at least get some clarification for the taxpayers. That's all I'm going to be asking for, all of us. I'm not just not me. Okay, and Joe, did you have anything?
Yeah, the only thing I had, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the next meeting, but either the next meeting or sometime in May, to ask Tony Roselli to come in to walk us through the annual audit that he submitted, I think, like a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really see anything like major there, but I just think it's a good
Be nice
practice
to
to
have
have
come
a
in.
conversation with him.
Because sometimes that perpetuates more questions and stuff. It only can help us, I think. Did you have anything?
No. Tony Roselli,
Okay.
the auditor?
The auditor.
Yeah.
Roselli and Clark.
One other thing is that, Glenn, would it be a good thing to announce that we need someone to organize a Memorial Day parade? Or are you and Lisa,
Look at me.
or you, Lisa,
Who did it last year?
Who wrote that note?
Glenn, Lisa, or are you, Lisa, and
Teresa.
Teresa are going to step up, like wonderful people that you are, and do it again?
Don't look at me like that.
Okay, so I think the answer is yes.
Or she'd be
But
crying.
a yes, hold on, a yes with a caveat that we will start immediately afterwards trying to get a committee together, so we're not thrust upon us in April again. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean after this meeting, immediately?
After this parade.
No, after this parade.
Oh, after this parade.
You know, try to get, you know, because it's all been volunteer, maybe we can get a,
So if somebody's interested, they should contact us?
oh yeah, definitely, please. Well, yeah, well, if they're watching right now, can you send a cruiser to go get them? Bring us, they can text us, and we'll get them right now and bring them in, swear them in, they have.
Yes.
Okay, make a motion to adjourn to go into executive session, Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions and contract negotiations.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will be coming back out of executive session. Generally, we say to adjourn the meeting, but tonight, we're going to come back out to discuss
The budget with the
the
finance.
budget with the FinCom. They are upstairs, and they are going to be coming down with, after they've made some votes. Thank you.
And the agenda says dispatch contract, is that the dispatch contract you're discussing?
Yes.
But you let it know.